Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg. The Journal of the American Medical Association published a landmark study this week looking at the health and wellness of children over the last 17 years. The study was conducted by the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and they looked at 170 different health markers. Astonishingly, over the past 17 years, of each of those 170 health markers, children's health and wellness has decreased. From 2007 through 2023, the children in the United States are faring worse and worse and worse year by year by year. And what areas is this happening in? It's happening in childhood mortality. The chance of a child dying in the United States is 1.8 times any other industrialized country. It's also in chronic health conditions. The chance of a child having a chronic health condition, excuse me for reading because I want to make sure I get these stats right. In 2011, the chance of a child having a chronic health condition was 39.9%. In 2023, the chance of a child having a chronic health condition was 45.7%. That is a 15 to 20% increase over 17 years. That is abysmal. The third area is obesity and physical health. In 2007, 17% of kids were obese. In 2023, 21% of kids were obese. Additionally, early puberty has increased by 60% during that time. And the last area that we can categorize is mental and emotional health. This has gotten worse every single year. We know during COVID, there was an absolute spike in suicidality, and this continues to increase through today. This is very, very sad. So the study authors like to talk about a developmental ecosystem, basically looking at everything around a child. What's the societal unit? What's public policy? What's the access to medical care? What are our government and regulatory agencies doing? What is just the general culture of our environment? And what they found is that there's less and less and less support happening across all of the areas. That's why they called it the ecosystem. It's not just in one area. It is a total collapse, demise, poor functioning across the board. And while we look to our regulatory agencies like the American Academy of Pediatrics to help guide us, they have absolutely failed. And I highlight this because the American Academy of Pediatrics has done some very terrible things. Gender affirmation care, including the COVID vaccine on the childhood immunization schedule, including the RSV vaccine. When I have shown, if you want to go back and look at my April 2024 10-part series on Beyfortus, there is no reason to give that vaccine to a term healthy kid without chronic conditions. It is good for those that are preterm or that have chronic conditions, but there is no science backing the administration of the vaccine for those kids who are term and healthy. I belonged to the American Academy of Pediatrics for a very long time. I was a fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics. As a matter of fact, I spoke at their national convention in Chicago. Not only that, I served on an executive committee with the American Academy of Pediatrics. So I'm quite well versed and studied inside of that organization. They're good people, but unfortunately, the leadership's been captured. There's no way to extract out their public policy making from the money that's rolling into that organization. So while those of us pediatricians are good people, you just get clobbered once you're inside of a captured organization. Please recognize who you're getting your information from. Don't trust regulatory bodies. What they have done is they have failed us, and they're going to continue to fail us. And you can see this even to this day. RFK said that there's no reason to have the COVID vaccine on the childhood immunization schedule. And now the American Academy of Pediatrics is suing RFK to have that reinstated. This is disgusting. I hope that you find better sources for your child's health and welfare. Make sure that you use common sense and just don't take a spoonful of crap from these organizations because you're trusting the science. Thank you.